Hello, hello, hello! What a great Monday we're all having. Welcome to today's session. Let me know if everything is clear. You can see me, you can hear me, you're in a good state of mind. That's very important too, right? And then we can get started. So I'm just going to wait for a second to make sure that we are live. Yes, we are. Great. Good. Had a little bit of a technical snag on Saturday, which is why just being extra careful before I start talking about today's session. Okay, quickly join in. All right. Hi. I am Asmita, your IELTS mentor here at Vedantu, and today is another not very academic but very crucial session for you, just like Saturday. Saturday was about understanding the mindset that you need to start developing if you wish to do well in the IELTS. So I hope you're all in that zone now where you know exactly how you need to prepare. Now, IELTS does not have syllabus. So if you're preparing for, let's say, JEE, you know that you need to do these chapters in chemistry, these chapters in physics, these chapters in mathematics, these sample papers, and then you've covered everything that is going to be a part of your syllabus, right? That's not the case with the IELTS. There is no syllabus. You really can't tell what reading comprehension passage you're going to get. You really can't predict what audio you'll have to listen to. And there are so many different speaking prompts. Even if you prepare 100 of them, you might still get one that's very different from what you've prepared, right? So nothing can actually help you cover the syllabus for IELTS. The only thing that you can do if you wish to do well in the IELTS is before you do your samples and mocks and get into the particular question type of IELTS, you need to build and improve your English, all right? Because IELTS is an English proficiency test, somebody who can speak well, even if they don't prepare for the IELTS and they walk into the exam not knowing what it's about, if they know the English language, chances are they're still going to do a decent job, right? Apart from not the nervousness of not knowing what you're getting into, there's nothing else that is holding them back, right? For you, who is not a native English speaker, who didn't concentrate too much on building their English speaking skills throughout school, for you, this is a major roadblock, right? Regardless of how well prepared you are, if you don't improve your English, you can't do well in the IELTS. And so today I'm going to tell you exactly how you need to improve your English for the IELTS in your everyday life in a very simple manner. And I am not going to give you very vague, like generic advice that you see everywhere, that listen to podcasts, do this, do that. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do every day. So I'm going to give you some daily habits that you need to start doing today. All right? All right. So, hi everybody. Debayan, you were waiting for me 7 minutes in advance. Wow, you must really like me. Thank you so much. I am flattered. Hacker Sahab, I hope you haven't hacked anything today. I am good. How are you? Hi, Ria. Hi, Devdutt. I cannot say your joke out loud today because it has a cuss word, which also reminds me there are some words that we think are okay to say in India, but they're really not okay to say around the world, in formal settings especially. So please don't say this word that Devdutt has joked about in the IELTS, all right? That's not going to go well with the examiner. Hi, Sujal. Tawheed, it is absolutely possible. That is what this channel is for, to help you prep for that very journey, all right? Okay, so now that we know what we're doing, let's get started, all right? Answer this question for me. I want to know, what are some things you do daily or regularly that involve English? And the reason why I want you to answer this question is because it might surprise you how much English has actually penetrated your life and how it's literally a part of everything that you do. So I want you to answer this. Hi Bhavishya, long time no see, hope you're doing well. Quickly tell me, what are some things that you do daily or regularly that involve English in some manner? Okay, Raj says he watches web series. Okay, that's a good one. Watching web series, shows, movies. That's one. What else? Online stuff. Yeah, so web series, shows, movies, videos. Okay. All right. Reading storybooks. What else? This can't be it. Okay, you're doing some sort of daily planning in English. I'm just gonna write journaling next to it because it's the same category along with scheduling as well. All right. English songs, that comes under content. So I'm just gonna videos. All right, we'll make that a listening thing. Listening to songs. Okay, some people are having conversations. Okay, now I want to know how many of you guys are from a Hindi medium school? How many of you are from a Hindi medium school? Over here in this chat. Or you can tell me which medium you've studied in. Are you from an English medium school? English medium, Hindi medium. Quickly tell me in the chat. Everybody, I want all of you to participate in this. All right, Devdutt, what you've said is a part of the list, so I'm not going to add it as a new point. Me what? English medium, Hindi medium. You're from, okay, Gujarati medium. Devdutt is English medium. Okay. For all those of you who are from an English medium school, literally everything you have studied, all course books or textbooks, be it, I don't care what stream you've taken, be it commerce, arts or science, whether you're reading a physics textbook, whether you're reading an economics textbook or a social science textbook, everything is in English. So all the way from first standard to 12th, all your course books and textbooks have been in the English language. That is where English comes in daily, right? How many of you have the habit of reading ingredients of things before you eat it? Or reading what's on the packet. You want to eat like a biscuit and you have 2 or 3 choices. So you pick up the packet and you read, okay, this is a sweet biscuit. This is a savory biscuit. You all do that, right? So reading names of products that we eat, reading ingredients. Some of you, if you're into gymming and fitness, chances are you also read what the different macronutrients count is, right? This many grams of protein, this many grams of carbohydrate, this many grams of fat. You also read all of that, okay? All of that is in English, correct? Then how many of you look at directions? on your phone? How many of you use Instagram? How many of you use WhatsApp? How many of you know how to change settings on your phone? How many of you use your laptops? How many of you Google things? I'm pretty sure all of you do that, right? So are all your devices in Hindi or your local language? Do you do everything in Devanagari or is it still in the English script? So, phone, laptops, social media, everything is in English, right? Correct? Even right now when you're talking to me, none of you are typing in Devanagari or any other script. All of you are typing in English. So you will be surprised that, okay, you are giving me these examples of when English is actively a part of your life. But you fail to realize that passively too, English is a big part of your life. It's everywhere. You see it everywhere, right? You go to China, all your signboards are going to be in Chinese. All your listings on packages is going to be in Chinese. Go to Russia. Go to some video that a Russian has made. Literally all the comments are going to be in the Russian script. If you buy a Russian product, the name of the product is going to be written in the Russian script. All its ingredients is in Russian. They use their phones with the Russian script. So many countries, so many people from these countries have no basic familiarity with English, but we as Indians have a lot of familiarity. All our products, everything, their names, all our grocery stores, all our instructions in schools, signboards, our phones, our basic technology, everything is in English. Okay, so we have a level of familiarity with English that a lot of other people do not have and do not enjoy. Okay. Yes, Tawheed, that's a very good resource for preparing for the IELTS, all right? Okay, so you are very lucky. Now, keeping this in mind, how do we improve our English? What are some things that we can do? Like I told you, I'm not going to give you some vague things that you need to do. I'm going to explain what it is that you need to do, and I'm going to give you daily actionable that you have to start doing today. So many of you are saying, ma'am, I can't speak English, but what am I saying right now? How are you understanding me? How are we having a conversation? Of course you understand English. That's how you're able to attend my classes, because I don't know if you've noticed, but all the classes happen in English. I don't speak any other language, right? Okay, so what are we going to do? Number one, how to listen. Very important, and any kind of language learning begins from passive to active. So you have to listen, read, only then you can write and speak. Alright, so this is very important. Don't underestimate the power of listening. And I'm going to give you the exact resources that you need to go to. BBC Learning English and also the English We Speak. The English We Speak has less than 3-minute long audios. Wow, what is that spelling? Less than 3 minutes, and they explain a word, a phrase, an idiom, or something that native speakers use a lot, put it in context, help you understand it. Not only will this help you understand accents, it will also help you build your vocabulary and grammar, right? So these are the resources that I need you to use. BBC Learning English and the English We Speak. This is absolutely necessary. You have to use this, all right? Additionally, you can go to TED Talks daily, listen to TED Talks, and as you progress, as you get better and better and more advanced, I have given you other options as well. Okay, like I told you, there are many debate YouTube channels that you can go to that are interesting. All right, you can go to the Oxford Union channel and watch some talks or debates over there. You can go to a channel called Jubilee that hosts a lot of debates regularly. If you are interested in different subjects, then there are YouTube channels that I can give you subject wise. If you're interested in philosophy, there's some really good philosophy channels you can listen to. If you're interested in science, then there are many good science channels. Number one on the top of my head is Veritasium. That's an amazing channel that you can always refer to. All of these in English, right? So not only are you learning about something you're interested in, but at the same time you're also improving your English, but that comes later. That is later. First, you need to start with this. This is very targeted. This is to teach you English. Really great resource. Please make use of this. That's why I've made a star next to it. All right. Astra, ask me when we come to writing, okay? Ask me this question when we get to the writing part. So, I want Kapish, understood the English we speak. I want you to Google it right now. Everybody open it in a new tab, Google it, look around, and you need to use this resource, all right? It's free, it's right there, it's going to be extremely beneficial for all of you. So now, how are you going to make this a part of your daily routine? Every time you listen to something, the one thing you need to do is, you need to mimic it, all right? Mimic, shadow. And this you can do even with the English shows that all of you are watching, right? Some of you even like spamming with names of shows that you watch. Any web series, show, movie, song also for that matter that you are listening to or watching, I want you to mimic it. So after 1, 2 or 3 sentences or even one sentence, pause and then try to say it the way the person in the show has said it. If it's a dialogue that a character has said, pause right after he said it. The subtitles might still be there, so you can use that as a reference and try to say the same way so that you can learn tone, you can learn inflection, you can learn the natural way of saying this when native speakers say it, right? Astra, first we have listening, then we have reading, then we have writing, I guess. So it's in this session only. When we get to the writing part, then I will answer your question. Okay, I've taken note of it. Now, this is your daily actionable. What are you going to do? While commuting, you all have to be somewhere at some time, right? Yes, the BBC learning playlist only. The English we speak. They'll be short. They're not videos. They have thumbnails, but they're audios, okay? So they're short. They're like less than 3 minutes long. Each thumbnail that you see is a different topic. So based on that, you learn whatever, it'll be put in context. So it's like somebody will use it in a situation first and then the host will explain how to use it and what it means, etc., etc. Okay? Alright, so your daily habit is while commuting or walking. Commuting means whenever you're getting somewhere, be it school, your tuition class, maybe you're just going to play football or cricket. The time it takes for you to get from your house to that place, you're going to use that time to play a 5 minutes news story and summarize it in one sentence, all right? A 5-minute news story, listen carefully, and the summary needs to be in one sentence that you can either write or record an audio of, all right? So not only are you able to listen to a given material, understand it, comprehend it, but you're also now simultaneously working on the next skill, which is being able to write or being able to speak, okay? Because writing and speaking is more difficult because it's you producing it, all right? So it's easier to watch a movie and understand it, but what if someone tells you, hey, you need to direct a movie, or you need to act in a movie, or you need to write the script of a movie? That becomes much harder, right? So the same thing here, it's easy to listen and understand a language, but then when it comes to coming up with your own words to say things, that's slightly more difficult. So that's a higher level skill that comes in later, but it all starts from listening. So you're going to do this 5 minutes, all right? And if you are not going anywhere, if you're at home all day, then you have to take 5 minutes out and you need to do this every day, okay? It's a live class. Okay. All right. Next we have speaking, which means you have to start talking to yourself. I know we've all been taught that it's weird to talk to yourself, but hey, if you need to improve, then you need to do this. If you want to improve, then you need to do this. Stop thinking about what people are saying. It's fine. You can be loud in your room. Okay, if you don't have a private space in your house, then just let everybody know that I am going to do this for my own benefit, whether you like it or not. Okay, so how are you going to talk to yourself? You're going to start by giving 1-minute monologues in front of a mirror about any given topic. About any given topic. It could be anything. It could be about a girl or a boy you like. Okay, you can talk about them. What do you like about them? All right. It could be a 1-minute monologue about that. What do you hate about somebody in school? Okay, what is all right. I'm going to continue because no one's asking me a legit question here, I think. Yes. So then, and it could be about maybe you learned a new topic in chemistry. So it could be a 1-minute monologue of you explaining that topic. So that's a double benefit right there. Not only have you revised the topic, but you've also practiced your English. Okay. Yes, Gemini AI is good. I agree with you. Okay, Claude is also good. ChatGPT is also good. As long as you know how to use all of them wisely. Whoops. Okay. So now, once you have done this in front of a mirror, then you're happy with your monologue, record it. Record it. Put a passcode on your phone so no one can watch these videos. Don't tell your password to anybody. Okay. And, or you know, every phone, just most Androids have a second space. Alright, so if you go to the settings, you can actually find a second space kind of an option where one phone opens with one password, another phone opens with another password. So that means you can have two phones in one. You can have, and so if somebody wants to borrow your phone, like your sibling, if you share a phone with them and they have access to everything that you're recording and then you're embarrassed, what you can do is you can give them the password for your first space, and then you can record all of this in your second space with a different password, okay, which they will not have access to. Record a video so that you can also see your confidence, your gesticulation, how you use your hands while talking, your facial expressions, whether you're looking stressed out, whether you're hesitating, is that hesitation visible? All right, you can see all of that if you record a video. So next thing you do is record yourself. That is, it's entirely upon you how you're going to hide these recordings from people who will watch them and make fun of them. And I'm sure you're old enough to figure out how to do that. I've told you about the second space thing on the phone as well. So please do this every single day. If not every single day, then every single week, at least once you have to do it. In that case, please increase the time to 3 minutes if you're going to do it once a week, so that you, and gradually, actually you need to start increasing the time of your monologues to see if you're able to hold a it's not a conversation, if you're able to hold whatever you're saying on for longer, okay, because chances are initially you're going to run out of things to say, you're going to fumble, you're going to do a lot of but later on you will see a marked improvement where that hesitation is going to go away, where you're going to use fillers like a lot less, and you will actually be confident and know what you want to say. Okay? No, giving expression is not necessary, but you can't not give expression. Even if you try to talk with a straight face, that's not possible. When you're talking, it happens subconsciously, you don't realize. I'm not conscious. Now I'm doing it consciously when I'm moving my hands. But otherwise, when I'm teaching, I'm not conscious about how my hands are moving. That's just something that I have developed over time. So body language is also a huge part of communication. And the reason why that's important is your body language or your expressions can give away the fact that you're hesitating. And that reflects badly and can lead to a lower band in the IELTS. So to make sure that you don't look like you're hesitating, watching yourself speak can also be beneficial, all right? Okay, so what are the daily habits you need to do? Apart from this is important, but if you don't do this, that's your loss. But daily habits are non-negotiable. If you want to improve, daily habits you have to do, okay? So what are you going to do? Talk to yourself in English while doing this. Think of your life as a vlog, okay? Think that you're vlogging everything. So if when you're going about your day doing different things, talk about them in English, right? So, okay, now I'm chopping onions, next I'll add the spices. This is the kind of conversation you can have with yourself while cooking, okay? And yes, if people in your house think you're weird, that's okay. They will not think you're weird when they boast about you to other people, saying how, oh, look at him or her and how well they're doing in America or UK or whatever, okay? So, if they think you're weird for now, that's all right. Bear with it. And do this. You can literally do this while doing anything. Obviously, preferably alone because you'll be more confident, and then gradually you can do it in front of people that you trust, especially mummy, papa and siblings, all right? Next thing you can do is you can describe your day out loud before sleeping. So just like a lot of people journal before sleeping, you can just describe your day. So what did I do today? I did this, I attended a class. How did you feel about everything? So, you know, it was really boring. I had a terrible day at school. I was sleepy throughout the day and then I got into a fight with my friend. Whatever happened, okay? Just a quick recap sort of a thing for the day before you go to sleep, okay? Astra, so that the reason why that happens to you when you talk to girls is because you're nervous, because you are interested in them, all right? And it's your hormones that are making you nervous. That's normal, and this is not a how to flirt class, so I can't give you advice on that. But when you talk to the examiner, that won't happen. That nervousness, that sweatiness, that's coming out for a different reason, okay? In the IELTS, that reason is not going to be there. Unless you fall in love with your examiner, then all the best to you. So don't worry about that. That won't happen during the IELTS, all right? Okay. So this is your daily actionable. I hope you know what you need to do. Please do it. Get over yourself and start practicing. Next, reading. Absorb English from real context in everyday life. Be conscious of all the English that you're reading every day. In the beginning, the reason why I asked you that question is because I was pretty sure you're not conscious of the fact that when you're going shopping at a grocery store, even then you're reading everything in English, okay? So here, read anything that is interesting. I keep saying read the newspaper because that has many added benefits. But if you're not going to read only, then it's fine. There are other options apart from the newspaper. Don't not read because you don't want to read the newspaper, okay? So you can read short articles on health, tech or psychology, anything that's interesting. You know, anything that appeals to your age group, feel free to read about that. And if you don't want to do this either, then I'm saying it's okay that you even go on Reddit and read threads. Okay, you all have your threads that you are a part of in Reddit. You are part of many subreddits. So even there, you can read conversations, you can read what's going on. That's also reading practice, all right? Don't think it's not legitimate. It is, because English is the medium of communication there. I would still suggest follow subreddits that are international, not Indian, because the quality of English will be much better in those subreddits, all right? Product reviews, also a great one. You're into tech. You can read a bunch of product reviews in English, all right? Yes, STF Gaming, you can do it together, but this has to be a daily practice. This is not going to happen in one day. It's going to take time. So you need to give it that time, all right? Now, what is the daily habit when it comes to reading? Read one news app notification or article daily. So you can do this on your phone. I'm not telling you to get a newspaper subscription, although it's quite likely that your father at home already has one and he spends a lot of time reading the newspaper. So you can make use of that, or if it's easier and more convenient, just get a free app on your phone. All right, you can try the free version of the Hindu, TOI. You can even go to Quora, where a lot of questions are answered by people. Don't just read the AI summary, but even reading the AI summary counts as reading. So all of this goes towards reading and it will help you. So please do it. And you can keep a word of the day sticky note on your desk. So every day, one sticky note, write the word, write an example sentence, okay? And try to use that word throughout the day. And the more you see it, the more likely you are to use it. That's why putting an actual sticky note is very beneficial. So do it, make it a part of your working vocabulary, all right? And finally, writing. Grammar and writing through life. How now reading, you can do it through many different contexts every day. Listening, again, very easy to do. Just have to watch a show or listen to a podcast. Speaking, big part of our lives. We are most probably going to speak to someone in English at some point in our day. But what about grammar and writing? That's not something we do every day. That's not something that's a huge part of our daily life. How do we improve grammar and writing through daily life? It's actually quite simple. First thing is to not do one thing, and you're not going to do grammar exercises in isolation. Like I told you, you don't try to learn what prepositions are in isolation and then learn what adverbial phrases are in isolation, learn what correlative conjunctions are in isolation. That's going to be of no benefit to you. The way grammar is taught in school, it's to teach you the logic behind something, right? But over here, it's not, no one's going to ask you what part of speech is this. No, it doesn't matter if you don't know what the logic is. It only matters if you're able to say things in a grammatically accurate fashion without knowing why they are grammatically correct. So the why here is not important for the purpose of the IELTS, okay? So stop doing grammar exercises in isolation. The way you're going to improve your grammar, and this is to answer your question, Astra, how you're going to avoid making mistakes in writing, okay? And I think even another person asked me this question, so this goes out for you also. Who was it? Okay, I'm sorry I've forgotten, but this will answer your question as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to learn through writing and editing. And normally over here, we had to rely on peers or parents or teachers so that they could fix things for us. And that made the process more difficult. Okay. So here, no, you weren't the only one who asked. I think Riya also asked me a question similar to yours. Yes. Riya also said her grammatical mistakes are too many. So how do we improve those? What you're going to do is you are going to write something, okay, about any topic that you're interested in. All right. You can even do it while texting. So if you're talking to someone and you want to explain something to them, you can use that as your template as well. Once you've finished writing it, plug it into any of the AI chatbots that you are comfortable using, all right? And you can also use Grammarly. Grammarly is such a great tool. Even if you want to understand a grammatical concept, don't ask ChatGPT or don't ask AI, any other AI chatbot, because chances are they can make mistakes. The reason for that is all of these AI models are LLMs and they have a lot of data that they are training on. And all the data on the internet is not correct. So they are training from correct sources, but they're also training from incorrect sources. So chances are, fundamentally, because AI doesn't know anything of its own, it doesn't have its own brain. It's just taking information from all over the internet, condensing it and giving it to you. Chances are a mistake from somewhere can seep in into the response. So if you go to ChatGPT and you say, can you explain what this is or what the correct answer for this needs to be? You can only do that if you know enough about the subject to point out the mistake. If you don't know anything and AI tells you something wrong, you're going to take that to be correct. This is a very, very huge issue with learning from AI. That's why don't treat AI like your teacher, that it's going to teach you material. No, there are many brilliant ways of using AI to your benefit, which I've told you. One of them is this as well. But for the purpose of understanding a concept, don't rely on AI. Understanding grammatical concepts, you can rely on Grammarly. Okay? So Grammarly has people, actual experts who have written the articles explaining each grammar topic, and there are many checks that each article goes through. It's reviewed multiple times and then published. All of that information is very correct, very trustworthy. Any issue you have with a grammatical concept, go to the Grammarly website and understand it from there. Now coming back to this, once you have your short journal, your short written piece, or even a message that you've sent to a friend, you are going to plug that in. You can use Grammarly or ChatGPT and you're going to ask for grammar corrections. And then every day, understand where you went wrong. Okay, one point you're going to pick up. So for example, you sent something to ChatGPT and ChatGPT corrected one line saying over here you've used the gerund form, but you were supposed to use the infinitive form. Maybe it gave you this feedback. Okay, so you're going to pick out that feedback and then you're going to understand, okay, what is a gerund, what is an infinitive, why did I use it incorrectly, how can I fix this? Every day, one small thing you're going to learn from the context of your own written material. If you use somebody else's written material, you are correcting somebody else's mistakes. That's not going to help you. You have to write because you have different tendencies. You tend to make certain mistakes that others might not. I might make some mistakes that you might not. We're all different people. You have to work on your tendencies. Fix the mistakes that you are making. So you have to write something yourself. You can't use something that somebody else has written for this exercise. Once you do this, this is putting AI to great use because like I said, if we wanted to do this back in the day, we'd have to ask a friend or a parent or a teacher and then they took their sweet time to tell us where we went wrong, etc., etc. You will get instant feedback. Please make use of that. Alright, instead of becoming lazy, become proactive and you can easily improve your grammar. This is how you're going to improve your grammar through daily life. If you start by, okay, today I'm going to learn nouns, tomorrow I will learn verbs, you will learn nothing. Okay, don't do that. Next, what is your daily habit? Learn 5 useful words a week and make sure that you're learning these words in combination. Okay, if you learn one word, you will forget it, you won't know how to use it, it'll be flushed out of your memory in no time. And in any case, with English, remember that collocations are a huge part of the English language. A lot of words appear in a certain combination very frequently. So words that are usually said together, they're called collocations. Learn collocations, it's easier to remember, okay? So like hectic schedule, learn hectic schedule as a full chunk. Don't learn hectic separately and schedule separately. Broaden horizons, learn that. Striking contrast, learn that. And then once you've learned all of these, use each word in speech and writing at least twice that week, okay? And you can incorporate these in this writing exercise as well. You can also ask for feedback. Hey, did I use this phrase correctly? Or is there scope for improvement? Could you give me suggestions on how I can use it more effectively? Such prompts you can give to get good feedback, all right? Yes, very good. Do never ask ChatGPT to give you a band score. It's not going to be correct. And just don't do that, okay? I made a short on this. Watch that short and you'll understand why you should not ask ChatGPT to give you a band score. Basically the same thing, because it's a language learning model. It doesn't have a brain of its own. It hasn't been trained to become an examiner. It's just using data from all over the internet. And all over the internet, many people have put a lot of different kind of data, some of which can be wrong. Okay? Astra, the only way for that is practice. There is no other way. Okay, you can make a sort of like a journal. So here's your daily habit for writing. Okay, and I will help you out, Astra, with your concern here. So you will write a 3-line journal daily. 3-line is nothing. Okay, it will take you 30 seconds to write. Write it daily. For example, today I worked from home. It was tiring but productive. I hope tomorrow will be better. Okay, so then once you start improving, every week you can go back and start reviewing what you wrote and think of ways in which you can improve. And when you're reviewing, you can pick out, okay, maybe I spelled productive incorrectly. I made a spelling mistake there. So there you can make a separate page which you can call word journal, in which you can make an entry, add the word productive, write an easy way for you to remember its meaning, write the meaning, write down an easy way for you to remember spelling also. For example, you can start spelling things phonetically. Phonetically means exactly how they sound. So some words are spelt differently than they sound. You can start writing the spelling in a way below the word to remember the pronunciation. Then you can figure out an easy way. You can chunk words to remember their meaning. For example, this word, conscience, is called conscience. So to remember the pronunciation in your journal, you can write conscience. Conscience. You can write that. And then you can say, this is for pronunciation. This is for spelling. How to remember the spelling? To remember the spelling, you know conscience. You know the meaning of spelling of con, you know the meaning of science, conscience. Conscience for spelling, conscience for pronunciation. You have made this journal entry. Then you will write 2 ways of using this word. So you can give 2 example sentences. Alright, and that's your 1 page for this word. So any complicated word that you come across that you think can add value to your IELTS responses and writing, etc., etc., make a separate journal of these words and make them a part of their vocabulary. Alright, of your vocabulary. And the only way you can make words part of your vocabulary is if you use them constantly, which is why you're going to try and use new words that you learn. Alright. So this is stuff that you have to do. You have to put in this effort. But like I said, this effort is very minimal. It should not take you more than half an hour to do this on a daily basis. And just half an hour of effort every day is going to compound to such an extent that in 6 months, I can guarantee you, your English is going to be drastically different and so much better. And everybody around you is going to be shocked. Everyone's just going to be like, hey, how did your English get so good all of a sudden? I am willing to bet on it. 6 months later, you're going to come back and you're going to tell me that everybody around me is just shocked that suddenly I'm speaking very good English. This can only happen if you do all of the daily habits. Daily habits for listening, for reading, for speaking, and for writing. Okay? Collectively, all of this should not take you more than half an hour. Can you not take half an hour out of your day to improve your English? Definitely can, right? Okay, that's the end of the session from my end. If you have any questions for me, shoot, let me know. All good? Okay, if it's all good, then do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends. Oh my god, Devdutt, how many times are you going to send me the same joke? I understood your joke the first time. I'm saying your wordplay uses a certain word that when said otherwise is inappropriate For Westerners. In India, we say it all the time. But try not to say it in the West. How will you spell new name? Why do you want to spell a new name? In any case, if you mess up the spelling of a proper noun, that's okay. Proper nouns have different spellings. Sonu, there are many videos on the channel answering your question. Please watch those videos. See, where does your stuttering problem come from? Has it been there from childhood? In that case, that's fine. If you have a medical reason for it, you can carry that medical record with you, and that's absolutely fine. It's okay if you stutter. If you're stuttering because you get nervous, then you have to work on your confidence and practice speaking a lot in English so that you don't stutter. Otherwise, if it's a medical condition that you have, that's absolutely okay. It's fine. That's not going to hurt your score. STF Gaming, very vague question, but I have responded to this in the listening classes. So you can go watch those videos, and further, when we do more listening practice, then I will help you understand that through specific questions. Right now, I cannot say anything that's going to be of value to you. We have to understand this through specific questions. I would highly recommend you watch the video on traps, the listening section traps. And I've explained all the different kind of traps that are set in the audios. And if you watch that video, I think that should answer your question. All right. Okay, so I think we're good now. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care. Have a good Monday, and I will see you again very soon. Tomorrow at 5 actually. So yes, bye-bye. Take care. Start doing this daily habits today. Today. I want all of you to start right this instant. Seen, if you can't think on spot what I want to say, see, this video was for all of you for this purpose only. All of your issues. Can't think of what to say, hesitating, can read but cannot speak, can easily listen and understand but cannot write. This video was to address all of these concerns. If you start doing these daily habits today, then you will be able to in the next, let me tell you, if you start doing it consistently even for a month, next month, August, you will see a difference. And you will realize that you're speaking a lot better, you're writing a lot better. I guarantee you this. But you need to start doing these daily habits, all right? Everything that I've told you, I hope you've noted it down. And you will start doing all of them today. And I promise you, all of your issues will get resolved. Okay? Sonu, there's a video all about the IELTS on the channel. Please watch that. You will get all your answers, right? Spending 50 lakhs on education is not too high, but 16,000 for an exam is too high. Also, it's 18,000, not 16,000. So, I mean, things are expensive in the world. What can we do? If you want... your flight ticket's going to be very expensive, hostel's going to be very expensive, tuition is going to be quite expensive. This is the least of your expenses, the exam fees. Blazex Quill, watch this video at the live session, everything I've told you, do it. You will soon start understanding English well, okay? You only have to do everything that I've told you to do in this video, nothing else. You will start understanding better, you will start speaking better. That is my promise to you. It will happen. Just give it time. Give it time and give it consistency. Only consistent effort and time will solve your problem. There is no 1 week boss training that can make you Shashi Tharoor. If somebody is promising you that and taking a lot of money for a course, it's a ridiculous course that's going to waste all your money. That's my promise to you. Okay? So please don't fall for these gimmicks. Consistency and time, the only two things that are going to be your friend. Okay, every day if you're putting in this much effort, half an hour, 40-minute effort into improving your English, you will thank me after a month. And after 6 months, you're going to say, I love you, ma'am. That's going to happen because this is 100% effective. You can always study abroad and come back and work for India. Then there will be no brain drain, there will be brain gain. Who's asking you to go settle abroad? Go take their education, come utilize it here. Alright, this channel is called Study Abroad, not Settle Abroad. Don't try to be smart with me. I am 5 steps ahead of you. Alright? Okay, cool. If we have no more questions, then subscribe. Come on, subscribe. Why aren't you subscribing? Quickly. And I will see you tomorrow.